Ooh, that's bad.
Busby finally made a half-decent grip. Now, of course, it is Busby, so the plastic quality isn't going to be the greatest. This is what we've been wanting. This is amazing. Hello, everyone. Brachiosaurus227 here, back to you with a brand new review. I really have always wanted other companies to work with the hobby, not just take inspirations from the hobby or make stuff that's compatible with the hobby, but I want to see like a straight up hobby design be sold from a mainstream blaster company, and I want to see the creator of that design get fairly compensated. But who are we kidding? We live in a world where that won't happen. A big corporation would never do such a thing like that. Enter Busby. Today we're going to be doing a review on the Busby Twist Fury. And if you know anything about the 3D printed blaster community, you know exactly what this is based off of. And yes, Busby worked straight with Taffy Designs to make this essentially a full-length skewer. But is it any good? Let's find out. Alright, so I usually don't look at the box art, but I thought we'd go ahead and do it. Like the presentation here, as you can see, it says Performance Spring, so that's kind of what I wanted to show you. Let's get this thing open. Included is the blaster itself, an 8-round Busby magazine, and 8 AccuBlast darts. To operate the blaster, you simply want to pull back the priming handle and hit the mag release. Now, specifically with Busby mags, the mag release can be a little bit rickety. The insertion is, it's a little bit like clunky. It's not necessarily bad or trash, it's just a little clunky. But that's specifically with Busby mags. Because if you use Nerf mags, it's actually really nice and smooth. Like for a full-length stock style blaster that's not meant to be pro, like this is really good. But you want to load up your mag. The included mag takes 8 darts. It also happens to be one of my favorite mags, the Busby connector mags, where you just kind of do that. I absolutely love these mags. But once you have your darts loaded up, just insert into the blaster and push the prime forward. The prime strength isn't that much. It's like actually really, really smooth. And pushing it forward is almost harder than priming it itself. That's how smooth it is. Then you want to pull the trigger to fire the blaster. Prime it back again, push it forward. This blaster does not have slam fire. The trigger pull is really nice and smooth, and then there's just a little bit of give. A very nice and standard Springer trigger pull. The ergonomics of the blaster are quite good. Busby finally made a half-decent grip. Now, unfortunately, Taffy couldn't design this shell himself. He was going to, but he wasn't able to because he was busy, which is understandable, so Busby stepped in. And I gotta be honest, Busby didn't make as good of a grip as the skewer. There's a few grips that are as good as the skewer's grip. But this is pretty darn good for Busby. It's one of the better Busby grips in recent times. It's really nice, really large. It actually might be a little bit too big, which is a weird trend Busby's been going on recently. Most of their grips are almost too big. It's kind of funny now. But despite it being a little bit thicker than a lot of other grips, that's like the only complaint I have. It's a very nice, well-rounded grip, and it feels great. There's also a foregrip right here. Yes, I'm going to call it a foregrip. It's not like meant to be like that, but it works really well. Up here we have the barrel, and there appears to be like a little sling mount on the barrel, which is interesting. Like you could throw a single point sling, but this could be a good thing for like just bringing a blaster with you. But in the heat of battle, no, it's kind of a useless sling mount. There's no in-strike barrel lug, Busby blaster, duh. And there's no stock point. This is, a back priming blaster. There's a Busby tactical rail right here. So if you have like a few Busby attachments, there's not that many, but there is a few. Like this really clunky Busby red dot. It fits on there pretty well, and it doesn't fall off. Actually, that doesn't look half bad. I wouldn't use it, but pretty cool. The design of it is basically the same as a skewer. We have the clear plunger tube right here, so you can see the spring. It's very nice. It's a big old plunger tube, but it's really nice. You can see it in there, and you can actually see how good this O-ring and air restrictor are. That's really good. Right here on the side, we have the access door of sorts. And this is basically where you clear jams. There's no way to close it, which I kind of wish there was, but it is cool to have that exposed and see how the blaster works. Now, of course, it is Busby, so the plastic quality isn't going to be the greatest, but I gotta say, the way they put it together, it's a really nice solid structure. It all feels like one piece, and while the plastic quality is what you would expect from Busby, it's still pretty nice and on the higher end when it comes to, Busby stuff. Now, there are a few little problems with it, like when you do prime it, sometimes it has the Alpha Trooper syndrome, specifically the in-strike Alpha Trooper syndrome, where basically if you're not holding the prime all the way forward, it won't fire. it'll be like a little bit like this or something, and it won't fire. It just did now. But sometimes it won't fire, and you have to hold it forward to make it fire, especially when you're going faster. When you get more into it, you definitely have to make sure to hold it forward for it to fire. I believe that just has to do with the lock, some of the locks in the blaster, and it can be fixed quite easily. So that's good to know. Now, it is a full-length stock Springer, so you are going to have a few jams that you would expect with something like this. Nothing worse than what you would see with a Retaliator or anything, but it is worth noting. Now, the blaster averages from 75 all the way up to 80 FPS with the right darts. It seems to go back and forth depending on the dart. A lot of darts are inconsistent with it, specifically Adventure Force waffle heads. You get a lot of inconsistencies, which is really odd. X-Shot Insanity darts work the best with this in my testing. They're the most accurate firing out of this, and they're the most consistent range-wise. Also, for some reason, with this blaster in particular, Busby Accu, and this is only with this blaster and Busby Accu blasts, it shoots consistently to the right. I don't know what that is. It's really weird. So far, this blaster is pretty cool. Let's take it out to the range and get some exact numbers, though. Alrighty, guys, we have the Air Warriors Twist Fury. I'm using the Genius Busby.
What?
I'm using the Genius Busby mag system to have 3 different ammo types. I have X-Shot Insanities, Adventure Force waffle heads, and of course the Busby Accu blast darts. So we have a little bit of variety here. And no, I will not be using Elite darts. So yeah, let's see how well it does. Not bad. Ooh, that's bad. There we go. All right, with the Busby darts, we are getting a few shots to the right, which is a little bit odd. Let's try Adventure Force waffle heads. Straight as an arrow. Oh yeah. Now we're gonna try X-Shot Insanity darts, the best full-length darts on the market. Oh, that's nice. Woohoo! Oh, that one went far. All right, not too bad. It actually seemed to be the least accurate with the Busby Accu blast darts, so that's hilarious. Let's take a look at the exact ranges. All right, so we have the 2 lowest darts at 37 feet. We have the lower grouping of darts, all ranging different ammo types. Most of them seem to be the Accu blast darts at 41 feet. And we have an assortment of darts, most of them being Insanities at 45 feet. And the furthest Insanity at 50 feet. So honestly, not too bad, especially considering how actually powerful that air restrictor is. It's probably inhibiting the performance quite a bit. So what do I think of the Busby Twist Fury? I think this is a really, really compelling offering for a lot of reasons. Now, let's get into a few complaints I have that I've already pretty much addressed. First off, the prime, having the Alpha Trooper thing where it gets stuck and you can't pull the trigger unless you fully push it forward and hold it there. That's a big deal. It is something that can be fixed, but it's still a big deal, and it's something you have to kind of get used to. I haven't seen anyone else experience that issue, though, so it could be with me, but I doubt it. I just don't know if anyone else talked about it. There's not too many reviews on this thing yet. The mag release could also be better with Busby mags, but let's be real, not many people are using Busby mags. I'm probably the only one who actually uses these mags. But by far the biggest issue I've had with this is consistency. Specifically with Adventure Force darts and the included Busby darts. They're just very inconsistent. Now, when I shot it with Insanities and Elite darts, they shot like a dream. It was shot consistently and fine, but I've seen a lot of other people have this issue too. The consistency is not good. It would take a little bit of refining. It is something worth noting, but if you have the right darts, not a big deal. But the positives of this blaster far outweigh the negatives. It is just really well designed. I really like the actual plastic feel of it and the structure. Also, the internals of this are rock solid. They definitely designed this with modders in mind. Even though they don't straight out say it, you can tell. Just open this thing up. There's so much you can do with this straight out of the gate. And if you are like me and can't afford 3D printed blasters to buy and you don't have a 3D printer, stuff like this is a great option. I want to see more of this kind of thing from Busby. Now I can spend less money than just straight up buying, the 3D printed blaster itself and I can mod it to shoot short darts or even full lengths if I want to. This is also a full length option for a skewer. Like if you like the skewer platform but you want to fire full lengths, this is your go-to. $15, mod it up, throw an extra 10, 20 in there. You have a cheaper skewer that does a great job at what it does what it's supposed to do. Now, some of you may be saying, well, why would I do that? I would prefer to support, Taffy Designs. But the best thing about this is BuzzBee is paying Taffy for every one of these that are sold. So if you do buy these, you are supporting the creator. So it's a win-win situation. I'm so glad BuzzBee is doing this. It's one of the best things I've seen done like this year, hobby-wise. I haven't seen anyone else like really talk about how amazing this is. This is so good that BuzzBee is doing that. And the fact that you can support the creator by buying this blaster and you get a cheaper skewer and you can make it do the things the skewer does for cheaper. This is what we've been wanting. This is amazing. BuzzBee doesn't make claims. They don't claim to be a great company. They don't claim to be perfect. They try their best and they fail a lot. And I mean a lot, but at least they try and they do care about the hobby and they do try to fix mistakes, which I respect. BuzzBee is such a great company, and I feel like people really don't appreciate them enough. So do I recommend this blaster? Absolutely. If you're looking for a solid Springer and you don't mind the T-Pull style prime, this is a great option. You can it's really nice and easy to get accurate shots and line them up. You can stretch out your arm and do that. It's really easy, a really efficient system. It's not a must buy for everyone, but if you're looking for something like this, yeah, get it. It's amazing. If you're looking for a budget skewer, get it. If you want to support the hobby, just get this to support this kind of thing. We want more of this to happen. Go ahead and get it. Now, another little problem I will address, I know I'm ranting and going on, but some of this needs to be said, is that this is currently a Dollar General exclusive. Now, it won't be that way forever. BuzzBee has done this before. It'll probably take a while to get this on shelves, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see an Adventure Force version of this next year on Walmart shelves or something like that. They're still circulating and getting out. This is a new release, so yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this review. A little bit of rambling there at the end, but I feel like it was a bit necessary to kind of just talk about how amazing this blaster is and what an achievement it is. I absolutely love this thing. I think it's one of the best releases of the year. As for my personal rating, I'm going to go ahead and give this a solid 7.5 out of 10. I do have complaints, and while this is one of the best things to happen this year, the blaster itself has kind of some of the BuzzBee-isms and the issues you run across with a Springer like this that's, stock level. But that being said, I am completely pleased with this product. Thank you so much, BuzzBee, for doing this. Please continue to work with other creators in the hobby. This is just the best thing that's happened in a long time, and I'm so happy about it. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.
My junk drawer, my junk drawer. So many things I don't know what they're for, but I won't let it go. No, I will add more useless little things to my junk drawer.